Hey everyone, welcome back to JDB Selects, the fastest growing rugby league channel on YouTube. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Almost 90% of my viewers aren't subscribed. Also be sure to leave your tips in the comments below, and let's get into this week's video. Now, going over last week, we only tipped 2 out of 4, giving me a 70% accuracy rating for the first half of the season. I should have known better than to pick the Warriors, but it was worse than I expected. The Raiders also got past the Roosters in Canberra, in a close-ish game that either side could have won. Round 14 kicks off with the Cowboys hosting the Dragons on Friday rather than Thursday, due to State of Origin Game 1 taking place on Wednesday night. The Dragons will be refreshed following a bye last week, and will be hoping that Tariq Sims and Ben Hunt are available for this game, following State of Origin. The same can be said about the Cowboys, who will be hoping Val Holmes, Jeremiah Nanai and Reuben Cotter are back in action. The Cowboys already have more victories this year than their entire 2021 season, and they made light work of the Gold Coast Titans last week, despite missing their key Origin players. I think the Cowboys' newfound belief, confidence and team spirit will be too strong again, especially up in Townsville, so I'm taking the Cowboys 13+. The second game of the week sees the Gold Coast Titans host the South Sydney Rabbitohs at Cbus Super Stadium. The Titans have slumped to 15th on the ladder, following last week's defeat to the Cowboys, and come up against a well-rested Rabbitohs side that has also had its ups and downs in 2022. The Rabbits have won 12 of the past 14 games against the Titans, having also won 6 straight. The Titans' defense has been poor, conceding 156 points in their last 5 games, and unfortunately the likes of Cody Walker, Campbell Graham and Alex Johnston will be aiming to pile on more points. I briefly contemplated taking the GC for an upset this week, but ultimately I think the Rabbitohs continue their winning streak, and only by 1 to 12 points. The second game on Saturday should make for great viewing as the Sydney Roosters host the Melbourne Storm at the SCG. The Roosters went down to the Raiders last week, despite a standout performance from Joey Manu at fullback, with the absence of James Tedesco, Daniel Tupou and Angus Crichton no doubt contributing to the loss. Melbourne, however, enjoyed the bye, having comfortably bested the Manly Sea Eagles the week prior. The Storm have won 5 of the past 6, and will be looking to extend their current winning streak against the Roosters to 5. It will be interesting to see how both sides' Origin players pull up, but regardless I'm going to take the Melbourne Storm 1 to 12, but wouldn't be surprised if it's 13+. And the final game on Saturday, the Brisbane Broncos host the Canberra Raiders. Both sides are currently playing their best football of the year, which should make for a great contest. The Broncos have won 6 of the past 9 against the Raiders, but will be looking to snap a potential 4-game losing streak, with their last win against Canberra coming in 2018. The Broncos are expecting Adam Reynolds back and enjoyed the bye last week, while the Raiders got up against an under-strength Roosters side. Both sides have a lot of momentum behind them, however I think that with or without Reynolds, the Broncos will be too strong at home and take it 13+. The Wests Tigers take on the Manly Sea Eagles to get the 3 Sunday fixtures underway. Rather surprisingly, the Tigers and Sea Eagles have 5 wins apiece in the past 10 meetings between the two clubs. However, Manly go into this having won 3 in a row and 4 of the past 5. The Sea Eagles decimated the Warriors last week to snap a 3-game losing streak, while the Tigers enjoyed a week off. I had started to like what I saw from the Tigers, but they have now slipped to just 4 wins in their past 5 games, and despite having a 100% home game advantage against Manly, I think the Sea Eagles will beat them comfortably, so I'm taking Manly 13+. The second Sunday game sees the Newcastle Knights face off with clear premiership frontrunners, the Penrith Panthers, at McDonald Jones Stadium. I'm not going to spend too long on this game. I think we can all agree that the Panthers should be too strong, especially with their Origin players back in the mix. Panthers 13+. And the final Sunday fixture is the New Zealand Warriors hosting the Cronulla Sharks at Moreton Daily Stadium. The Warriors were absolutely flogged by the Manly Sea Eagles last week, and it was clear to me that members of the team gave up and didn't give it their all. They've also just sacked coach Nathan Brown, who couldn't commit to relocating to New Zealand, which means club legend and assistant coach, Stacey Jones, will take the reins for the remainder of the season. Cronulla, on the other hand, enjoyed the bye, and go into this having beaten the Warriors with 11 men already this season. Cronulla 13+. And finally, the lone Monday game has the Bulldogs squaring off with the Eels. The Bulldogs' woes continue, coming up against the Panthers B team last week and still going down by 12 points. The likes of Matt Burton and Josh Adokar are unfortunately lacking the support players around them, leading the loss after loss. The Eels had last week off, but prior to that had snapped the Raiders' winning streak. Again, not too much to say here, other than Eels 13+. So in summary, I'm taking Cowboys 13+, the Rabbitohs and Storm 1-12, the Broncos, Sea Eagles and Panthers 13+, the Sharks 1-12 and the Eels 13+. Let me know in the comments below who you are tipping for round 14 and subscribe to never miss a video.